Looking back at this year in role-playing, Elder Scrolls IV still captures the gold chalice of technical prowess and commercial success, 9 long months after its initial release. The only problem with creating a world so huge is the inevitable hunger pangs you develop when you've leveled up a mighty warrior and are hungry for more missions. Over the course of 2006, the official Oblivion site and the Xbox Live Marketplace have supplied 7 moderately entertaining diversions from $1 to $3 in cost. Answering the call for something with a bit more substance, Bethesda Softworks presents The Knights of the Nine, a $10 update with more characters to talk to, equipment to wear, and dungeons to explore. After adding it to your expansion collection, the seaside town of Anvil will have an unexpected guest. Known only as the Prophet, this Oracle of Oblivion will warn you of Umaril the Unfeathered's return.
Umaril has returned!
Once the Sorcerer King of the Ayleids, Umaril was struck down by Pelinal Whitestrake, only to inevitably return.
May the 8 and 1 guide your steps.
You have to succeed where Whitestrake failed by proving yourself to the gods and gathering up the Divine Crusader's armor. Your first leg of the journey is called the Pilgrim's Way, and it involves praying at all the 8 way shrines of the gods. These are tricky to find because they're not labeled on the overworld map, but the Prophet gives you a parchment that should allow you to narrow all of them down in about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how many locations you discovered and how closely you can time travel to each area.
The final act of revenge.
Once that's done, Pelinal himself shows up and tells you how to find his shrine, which is now underwater southeast of the Imperial City. In here, you'll find the Helm of the Crusader and the corpse of Sir Emil, who was one of the legendary Knights of the Nine. His journal guides you to their priory, and discovering the underground temple introduces you to the Crusaders' Cuirass, and the ghosts of these betrayed soldiers of Cyrodiil. They charge you with uncovering the rest of the armor set, including a shield, boots, gauntlets, greaves, a sword, and a mace. Once you've completed the Crusader's uniform, you can receive a final blessing and set off to destroy Umaril's body and spirit.
Follow him where Pelinal could not.
The entire adventure shouldn't take a seasoned Oblivionite more than 4 to 5 hours to complete. Despite the acceptable length, there isn't a ton of content in this RPG extension for everyone to get excited about. You get several new characters to interact with, but almost all of them are voiced by the same people doing the same voices from the original game.
And here you are!
Will you accept me? Well, if you won't listen to me, then go ask Kellen.
What is it?
You get a strong set of armor, but it's all heavy and probably not that useful of a prize for a mage. It also takes some of the joy out of digging up Cyrodiil's past when you realize that all of the locations you're now gaining access to were not there in the original release of Elder Scrolls IV. It's one thing to discover a dungeon doorway hidden beneath a lake's surface, and another when you spot a grand entrance to a massive temple you know for a fact wasn't there a couple of weeks ago. Despite the continuous teachings of ages past, it's obvious that this entire mission was created after Oblivion's initial development. This will become even more apparent when you load one of these saves without the extra content. To revise an erroneous statement we made in the last Oblivion download review, you can only play Knights of the Nine if you're connected to Xbox Live or playing on the console you downloaded the game to. If you switch hard drives to a 360 not connected to the internet, you won't be able to play any of your downloaded content. If you missed any of these previous extras and own a PC, picking up Knights of the Nine will reward you with the entire bunch. But at $20, it's only $3.50 cheaper than just buying them all separately. Downloading the expansion from the official Elder Scrolls site or the Xbox Live Marketplace will cost you $10, which, just like the collection of added goodies that came before it, is hard to justify if you're a casual fan. People who can't get enough Oblivion shouldn't hesitate and will have a great time playing through the compelling story. For what you're paying, though, you'd expect this expansion to have 1/6 of the content of the original game, but it strays far from delivering on this assumption. Still, if you're desperate for more to do, letting the Knights of the Nine rest in peace does have its short-lived rewards.
You have defeated the enemy of the Nine.